Hi, I just wanted to talk about something short and sweet and a little bit silly, just to do with baths. So I've always hated baths, I've never really liked them much, but I've noticed that when I went on to chemo, when I started chemo, I suddenly felt this need to have a bath. I just wanted to have baths all the time, but I knew that having hot baths wasn't even that good of an idea because it dries out your skin a lot, and chemo as well dries out your skin, so you have to be, a bit careful that you don't have really dry skin, which can also cause problems if the skin breaks if it's too dry. Not that I necessarily did for me, but I definitely noticed that my skin did dry out a lot more when I had more showers and baths. But I noticed that need to have a bath happens like a few days, or kind of like once I've had chemo and like for maybe a week, kind of that bad week more or less. And even though taking a bath itself can often be very tiring, especially for the first few chemos I had where the fatigue hit me a lot harder, having a bath or a shower just totally knocked me out, and after that I would have to be like on the bed and I'd be sleeping for maybe a while. So it wasn't something that would necessarily give me energy or was even that good of a thing in and of itself, but for me, like emotionally, I think I found it really like I just had this craving for it. And I think thinking back on it, it probably had some kind of psychological something to do with cleansing. And I think that like part of me or my mind or whatever just wanted to kind of like cleanse the toxins kind of through the bath, even though that doesn't really work that way. As far as I know, and I'd imagine definitely not for chemo, but just having the bath itself just kind of gave me this sense of kind of like cleansing my body, cleansing myself, and kind of reducing, I don't know, maybe the badness of the chemo by being able to be in kind of that pure water. Yeah, just kind of a very interesting thing, and I'm very curious to see if I'll like baths after chemo's done, or if I'll go back to not really liking baths that much. And it's not that I don't love every now and again having a nice warm bath, kind of like reading and whatnot, but it's more like, to me it always felt like so much effort to do, and then I was in there for a little bit and then I just wanted to get out because I got bored. But during the whole chemo thing, like I would just listen to a podcast and then just be there relaxing, and it was just so nice to be in that water, and something just about the feeling and the sensation of the water against my skin was just so nice, and just maybe comforting. Maybe that was also part of it, something comforting in being kind of that blanket of water, warm water. Also at the beginning of chemo especially, it was winter here, so that probably also added to it. I feel the need less now, and it's summer here, but I don't think it was necessarily just a season thing, because normally I don't really care that much in winter, and it was just because chemo was happening. And even now I still feel like baths after chemo. So yeah, just an interesting little thing that I noticed that I thought I'd share in case anyone else has noticed this weird thing of loving baths or showers. I can't really have showers that much, especially around that bad week, simply because I get too tired in the shower because I can't breathe, because the way that our shower is, it's kind of more enclosed, and so the humidity, I just can't breathe. So that's why baths were better if you put the fan on or open a window, so that way the air can still circulate. But that was my little ramble. Also, my hair. This is still my old hair. I should be bald, but I still have old hair. I have no eyebrows, really. I have like a couple of little hairs, but I just drew it in, even though they're not that well drawn right now. But this is still all my old hair. But it was just too thin for me to keep it long. But this is amazing. It really is quite amazing, considering that most people become like truly bald. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. Let me know if you also have this weird thing with baths, and I'll see you sometime. Okay, bye.